Good morning, everybody. We're here on Kiwi. I'm got some crappie there on a bridge piling. These fish are really hard to catch, especially in this clear water. It's cold. They're down from about 10 feet all the way down to about 30 feet. You can see them on a graph here in just a second. But what we've got is a very cold front about to move into the south. It's going to be down in the teens tonight. The high in the teens tomorrow, the low tomorrow night down like 10 degrees. Extremely cold for the south. So we're gonna see if we can pluck some off this bridge piling, and we may even do some long lining here in a little bit. So stick around, thanks for joining me. Merry Christmas, and let's catch some Christmas crappie. I got some fish scattered. You can see them on side scan. You can see them on down scan. Those are crappie, and they're right from 10 feet down to about 35 feet. We're gonna cast on them. See if we can pick a couple off this morning. I'm gonna see if this makes a difference. I had a viewer of the channel wanted me to do a comparison, and I haven't got around to doing that yet, but this is the first time I've used the crawfish alive. So you can see I'm taking the cover off of it right now. We're gonna give this jig a little squirt. See if that'll be enough to entice them. There we go. Get a little crawfish flavor going on. There we got him. He came up and get it. Y'all see that on the video? Man, that's a good one. If I don't catch another one, but you could see that perfect on the active target. Him come up, and then I gave it a twitch, and in he came. Oh, and I left my net. So I'm gonna try to get him in, but he's gonna be a pretty good slab. There we go. Christmas crappie and crappie time. Cold weather moving in, all schooled up. You'll see them on active target. I'll throw it up there on the screen, but we'll get a quick measurement on this one, and let's. Now, that's a respectable fish. That's gonna run about 12 1/4. So ain't nothing. Run him up there. There we go. Yep, he's pushing 12 1/4. So that's pretty good size. I mean, we can keep him at 8 here, but I'm gonna let him go today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Come back to sea fishing with squirrel. What I happen to be throwing right now, y'all have heard me in other videos call this cookie dough, because my good buddy Cookie says this is money. So that's why we call that the cookie dough, why I call it that. But I'll take that, especially after that hit, that jig will take and pull straight down that knot, because I tie all mine with a Palomar. And I like that jig to run a little straighter, a little flatter. And this is a 1/32 ounce jig. I may have said that was a 16th, but that's a 1/32 ounce jig with a little swim tail. And I love long lining with these particular jigs. But that color, Bobby Garland, it's a bluegrass. So this is what I'm looking for when I'm getting ready to long line. The crappie are all scattered. They're all over the place right here. So they were all off that point. There's a few more running down here. So the way they're clustered up, that's all crappie that you see that's scattered all around here running in schools. I'm going to put this live scope in scout mode. I'm going to throw 4 rods off the back of the boat. and I'm gonna start trolling back through where these fish were kind of cruising around just to see if we can pick some up. So hang around with me, see if we can get it done. I just threw this line out. I put a little bit of that crawfish on there, and I don't know if I've got a crappie or a spotted bass, but I was just letting the line out and it hadn't even tightened up good yet, and I already had one on. This is spotted bass. They're gonna be aggressive here. Go back. I got a group of fish on the screen and I'm just wanting them to bite. But there's my bait and they're swimming. That's definitely one of my jigs coming straight off the back of the boat, and those fish just moved through. Came across a school and I got a fish on. Long lining, first long line of the fall. And hopefully not a spotted bass. Hopefully this is a school of crappie. That's a good one. That was a big old school too coming through there. There we go. Boy, oh boy. So that is a good one. Let's just see how good it is. The conditions are not great by no means. They are less than desirable. That came off the plastic directly behind the boat. And then that fish, 12.5 inches. So that's a nice one. I'm gonna let it go. But finally came across, and that was a big school. Hopefully you'll get to see them on the sonar. I had active target coming right out the back, but it was a big packed cluster of fish. So, and came on electric chicken. So there we go, electric chicken. Got a one long lining. Long lining season's coming quick, folks. Coming quick. There's all the crappie. Let's see if they want to play. There we go. Got one on. I knew they were there. Could see them. Oh, whoop, whoop. Don't you get around my motor. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that's a slab. That's how we like it. And they're there. Just getting them to bite, and this front's been rough. I've been at it all day. Just keeping it real for you. It's not easy all the time. Sometimes it's easy. Today is not easy. Temperature's gonna drop down tonight into low teens. And those fish are all over. They're stacked. But they are hard to get, hard to come by. Yep. About 12 3/4. That's a nice slab. I'd take him. I'm not keeping him today. And there he goes. There we go. Finally got one to come up and get it. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, you little squirrely whirly. Got you. You can get them. This not as big as the others. He's gonna probably go 10, maybe. Take a look at him and see. Nah, he'll go just a shade over 11. 11 and an eighth. 11 and an eighth, you little ornery thing. You don't want to bite, do ya? Be that way. Go back home. But thank you again. I appreciate it. God bless. I wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas.